Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? You know, where we at? Yeah, I wear every single chain, even when I'm in the house. I'm here to do a what do you call it? Ain't an impromptu because I actually scheduled it this time on on one of my favorite shows, Married to Medicine, and you know, we gotta be real. I didn't fell off at this point, and I got to get back on. It's time to get serious. I've been hearing, the people telling me like, I need you back out there, J Dub, and that's what I'm here to do. So we're gonna start with Married to Medicine. I'm going to also do what else I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do Make a Move. The Ready to Love series. I'm also gonna do what else I'm gonna do. I may even do Married at First Sight because I said even though I'm not feeling this season, I still get a couple of requests to go ahead and do Married at First Sight as well. But I'm also gonna do one of my other favorite shows, um, Raising Canaan, because that just came back on, and that's just one of my favorite shows. Not a lot of people are into that show. It's just like a branch off of Power, but um, I'm into that show big time, big time. We got in the house. We got Anissa from Brooklyn. Evening, good evening. I almost gave you salam, my brother. I feel you. I feel you, Anissa. I'm with you. Peace be unto you. Capricorn Moon Goddess. Hello. Didn't watch the episode, but I'll get around to it eventually. Well, I appreciate that you're here, Capricorn Moon Goddess. One of the best names in the business. Yeah. So I'm gonna try to give you the show on what I do. Dora Bonds is in the house because yeah, normally I get started like in the 10-minute mark because this review is going to be a rant as well because we on episode 5, but I really need to talk about how I really want to talk about like the the journey of this show or whatever. So, because I've been watching Married to Medicine from the beginning. Shayna, you made it. You set your alarm for it. YouTube don't be giving you them notifications. Yeah. So, like I said, with Married to Medicine, always been one of my favorite shows. Like every season was pretty much strong. I even like the what do you call like the spinoff when they went out to LA. I even like that one. I think that we only had 1 or 2 seasons with that, but I wish they would bring that one back. Anissa, yeah, review Power Books. Anissa, I don't watch like the stuff going on like with Tommy. It just don't interest me. But Raising Canaan, that's like my show. I could do that. I do that at 1 o'clock in the morning, meaning because it's just it's just I don't know. I resonate, because I still live in the 80s, in the 90s. So that show, it just takes me back there. So I love to see it. Capricorn Moon God. They need to bring LA. I know LA was good. For real. I hope they hear us. So yeah, like I said, because I got a lot to say about this show. And people been telling me like this season is good, and it absolutely is not disappointing. We got some different variables going on this season that we need to talk about. Oh, Shane said I got the notification in time. Good. Yeah, because I actually kind of put it out there, put that reminder, maybe that helped, and I even did it on StreamYard. So where we at? We got about 5 minutes before I get started. I want to get everybody in the building that's going to watch, give them time to come in or whatever. But as I said, I'm not going to be talking about it no more. I'm going to get back on this YouTube grind and just really get these shows done. I'm going to stop making excuses. I ain't gonna like, oh, life is life and all that stuff. We're gonna get out there. We gonna get it done. That's all I'm gonna talk about. Hey, Marriott, this season is great. I'm here on time. Yes, you are. Like I said, I'm gonna get started maybe about 5 minutes, but yes, the season is great, and I think it's gonna get even better from here on out. So, so yeah, like I said, just waiting a few more minutes for everybody to come in. I appreciate everybody coming out. Like I said, one of my favorite shows that I've been watching from the beginning on the low, and I don't think Married to Medicine really get that credit like it should. If they feel like it's like one of those subpar shows, like below Real Housewives, but actually it's top tier. It's probably one of the best Bravo shows that they have. So Um, yeah, we definitely gonna get into it because this is something that we absolutely need to talk about. I ain't gonna actually I might just cut it. Like I'm gonna just get started probably in like 1 minute or whatever. So yeah, let me say who else? Anybody else coming in the building? Let me check this out. Let me check something here. Check my banners. Yeah, we get ready to hop on this rant review because you know it's needed. Yeah, let's just hop into it because I'm gonna review the latest episode, which is see I said season it's season 10, episode 5. And like when we go through it, I'm gonna kind of speak on some things from the past and the present, and we're gonna get into it. Hey Jamoy. Um yeah, like for this episode, it pretty much started off with Phaedra visiting Quad. Now, before I go any further, I got to speak on Phaedra because I think Phaedra is robbing the reality bank. Like, I cannot believe they put Phaedra on this show when she's supposed to be allegedly dating a doctor who she doesn't show at any time, and she could be considered married to medicine. I mean, I don't know if Phaedra filed a lawsuit like Nene and got on the show. I just don't understand it. And for me, I'm gonna just tell you like this: I'm not a Phaedra Parks fan. But the fact of the matter is, she is, to me, she's so out of place on this show. It's not even funny. I mean, I have like big issue with that, regardless of like how she lied on Candy on Real Housewives of Atlanta. But just the fact of the matter, like, she's a liar. She's a liar. And not only that, she's fraudulent on this show. She's not married to medicine. She's um dating a doctor who they cover the face up. She can never show. I mean, to me, I'm insulted as a married to medicine fan. I am insulted. Mary, I said she's here to lie, but I mean, couldn't we get somebody else to do it? Like maybe Heavenly or somebody, anybody, because Heavenly can lie sometimes. So, I mean, I'm so bothered by her presence, and it's driving me crazy to watch her. Like I gotta accept her just to watch this season. I got a problem. I got a real problem with that. But yeah, so Phaedra's coming over to Quad House or whatever. Phaedra's coming over to Quad House because also they're meeting Heavenly over there because Heavenly and Quad got this back and forth thing. Like they're friends, kind of friends. I'm gonna say, like, is Heavenly really anybody's friend? Like Heavenly from like last season will talk about you like a dog, put it on the internet, and then say she didn't mean it. Like with friends like that, who needs enemies? I mean, Heavenly is a absolute piece of work, but I like how when Heavenly came in at the same time, Phaedra was even again, I told you Phaedra is not my favorite person. However, she was kind of shading Heavenly like, "Oh, you really look good this time," or you really did it this time. And I don't know if it went over Heavenly's head or she was like waiting for the right time to retaliate back on Phaedra, but she was definitely giving her shade. But the ladies, they was going over, the wedding ceremony when, Sweet Tea and Dr. G got married, because they would throughout the wedding situation, they doing what everybody else do at a wedding. They talk about, you know, your relationship or what you don't have at your wedding ceremony. It's all that going on. But we know we had from the last episode, we had a problem with Heavenly trying to get in because at the last minute, Sweet Tea disinvited Heavenly the day of. And I get it. I didn't have a problem with that because it got back that Heavenly was talking trash behind Sweet Tea back, talking about, she definitely ain't ready to get married. You think they're gonna stay married with the way she acting and all that right in front of her people. That ain't gonna fly well over people. What Capricorn say. Heavenly's video recaps are hilarious, and now she's doing it with Messy Carlos King. I haven't seen that, but yeah, that laugh with having that Wicked Witch of the West laugh that Heavenly be doing, she be killing me on that. But Heavenly's really there to kind of smooth over the situation with her and Quad, because they do a lot of back and forth, and I guess they like out of touch. They not friends like they used to be. But I would say with one thing Heavenly got right is Quad does not take any type of accountability, for her actions. She's always going to speak about what you did or what you didn't do or how she felt. And for real, for a second, I thought when they was trying to work it out that it was getting ready to go left. Because I mean, Heavenly got triggered just for a second, like Quad, I don't like you raising your voice a minute, little baby. Now you better chill out. And I could see that Quad received that, like she didn't want no problem, no smoke with Heavenly, and she got her straight. And Heavenly was like, well, I'm gonna let you get away with that for right now. But like I said, she checked Quad, and it appeared to get straightened out, like they're back on track, and that they're trying to put the friend group back together. Because I mean, at the same time, Heavenly will keep talking about Quad. Oh, she sleeps with married men and all that kind of stuff. Like, that will be a problem as your friend saying something that about you. Hey, Jacqueline. Yeah, I can't believe it either. You made it. I'm glad to see. I know you always miss it. Let's see what Marriott say. Heavenly has admitted that she would ask Quad doing confessions, keep Quad in the job. She sees her as a little sister. Yeah, I mean, at some point, I know Heavenly cares about Quad, but I know like Heavenly feels very comfortable talking her friend's business like over the internet, and that could be problematic because I'm sure some things her friends told her that they might not want to hear over the internet. What Jamoria say? This is how the relationship and reality relationship is. You're right, because I don't feel like it's a true friendship, because they really not supposed to keep things to themselves. They're supposed to put it in front of the camera. So can they really have a genuine friendship? And that's the thing with Quad. Like overall, everybody, they just don't feel like Quad is in the friendship group. But I'm gonna say Quad has, like, she got a take on that, because I remember Quad from maybe a few seasons ago, had like a little talk show, and she was like kind of feeling herself and saying that the sister group that she has on that talk show is her support system, not the ladies. So of course they got offended by her about that, and they kind of separated from there. And that's been going on for a couple of years or whatever. But like as I said, we see Heavenly and Quad, they seem to kind of patch it back up. But like with Dr. Heavenly, it's hard to tell if you can patch something back up, because Heavenly apologized, but she'll do the same thing again and then laugh about it, then apologize and say, I was just playing. So we see Dr. Jackie, and we see Dr. Jackie doing her thing, what she always do. She's helping, women's health and having babies and all that kind of stuff. And I'm gonna say, like, I think that's a great part of the show. But as far as Dr. Jackie, I'm tired of seeing like that's the only setting you see. Either she's in a group or she's at the office. It's like they don't really show her true home life anymore. And at this point, we don't even see Curtis that much, because I wish I could have got to the last episode when Curtis was missing, and she talking about Curtis is in the DR doing business, like handling what business? I mean, what in the world would Dr. Jackie let Curtis go to the DR? I thought he was retired, but Curtis got a terrible track record, because at the same time, he'll do pretty much anything on camera. So imagine Curtis alone in the DR. The fact that Dr. Jackie like is working this structured schedule now to come home, but it's like now she coming home to herself. So I don't really get what's going on. It's something deeper going on with her and Curtis that we're not seeing. I want the reality. And the fact is, my opinion, Dr. Jackie can go, like, for real. They can replace her with somebody else who's going to give us the real. I know reality TV ain't real. What Capricorn say? That's why Dr. Kendra from LA was going to fight Heavenly. Oh, I mean, everybody's going to fight Heavenly. That mouth, and that's something. That is something. What Cammy S say? I wouldn't be surprised if Jackie and Curtis really separate. Exactly, because that's what it feels like. Because at the same time, Curtis always complained about Jackie always working. And I guess then they have a balance of home life. So now Jackie will not work past 3 o'clock, but every time I see her, she coming home by herself. So something's missing, something's going on, something's happening. You know, we got Forever Brookie. Hey, J Dub. Curtis was MIA until that bachelor party happened. They ain't slick. Right. He came back. He been gone the whole time, but he definitely came back for that bachelor party. He got the stripper sitting on his lap. He taking the stripper's hand, slapping the other stripper's butt. I mean, so he won't touch it. I mean, yeah, this is something. This is something else, Something's going on. We need to know. I need to know, what Shayna say. I honestly felt like Dr. Jackie could have left seasons ago, but the people don't want to hear it. I'm so in agreement, Shane. Like, what does she bring? Because, like, in the beginning, Dr. Jackie was like the peacemaker throughout the group. She was like the most level-headed person in there. She could squash the beefs and all that, but they don't even respect Jackie like that no more. The only person really listening to Jackie is like Heavenly, because even Simone and Simone and Dr. Jackie ain't even that tight no more. What we got? Jackie is bringing those celebrity clients. You right about that, Jamori, because she brought on this episode. I was just going into that she brought the Brat and Judy on this show. And like I said, I thought that was cool. And I guess you're right, because Dr. Jackie is like booked for a whole year straight. Like, you can't even, she got so many patients and she's introducing so many different things, her skincare, the O shot, all that kind of stuff. So Jackie is really doing it. But I need to see in Jackie's life. I want to see more like inside her new home, because I thought that was like an amazing feat to me. Like, I'm going to say, as far as money and time, let's just say Jackie bought the house for $400,000, but she put $400,000 worth of construction work. I want to see that house. I mean, I've seen a couple of things of like from the kitchen and all that. It look impressive, but I want to get more into that house. That's something I want to see. Let me see inside your life, You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like I said, Dr. Jackie brought on the Brad and the Brat wine, and like as usual, she want to eat what she want, and Judy telling on her or whatever. But I didn't really need to see that, because I don't really like the Brat and Judy show. They be like, hey beautiful, like that is so irritating to me. I tried to like the show, but I can't get into it. So let's go to Cecil and Simone, and they're at the house, and they're creating like a happy board. It's like a board where you put like all your pictures and your memories. And Simone said something, they needed something to refer to, like, I guess when they're having downtimes in their marriage or they got problems, because it seemed like they still in counseling after years and years, and it don't feel like a happy home. Like, that counseling is really working. For some of us, for some people who don't know, Cecil and Simone was this close to getting divorced. Like, they didn't file the paperwork, and they kind of put them back together on the reunion show at the time. But, I don't see it. But again, they've been married for a very long time. But you can see it after they was making it happy boy, they were having like a much needed conversation as far as like how Cecil relays message, like he is the go-to person when talking to their children, the boys, as he calls them, about like their concerning their future. And they don't really talk to Jackie. And like Cecil is making these decisions without Jackie because they're on different pages. Look, their oldest son, I forget the oldest one. I think his name is Miles. He's like 25 years old, 26 years old. He's like on his last year of college, and like he's supposed to been finished. Like he didn't took a year or two off. And like Simone is like, when are we gonna put some boundaries to get him to stand on his own 2 feet or whatever? And I mean, I totally agree with Simone. Like, whatever they decide, they should be deciding together. And for me, I know when you're married, yes, your finances are combined, but it feels like Simone is financing everything. So it's like, of course she should be in the decision-making process, because she said she wants to retire one day. If she's taking care of grown men throughout the process and just being at ATM the whole time, yeah, it's just, it happens. It's been enabling the children, the boys, as Cecil say. But he's like, what's wrong with having generational wealth, or when you can't treat your kids and let them go to school for 10 years straight, live in your house for rent free. He's got that kind of feel with it. But I'm thinking like they supposed to been in counseling. I'm thinking like their communication would improve. It's like Cecil is like oblivious to not understanding, like, oh, like Simone is being so hard on our boys and I don't understand this. It's like she raising 3 kids at this point. Let me see what Shayna say. I think Cecil and Simone should just have an understanding. ATP, or what's that? They haven't been intimate in a decade, and he's teaching their sons to be. They haven't been intimate in a decade. Oh my gosh, I heard something about that. I really, that might went over my head. Like 10 years with no sex. Oh my God, yes, that is horrible. So I see why she's been walking around mad and upset. She used to yell a lot. CNJL1. Cecil's one of those kids, of course, he isn't going to go against the kid. That's what I'm feeling. It's feeling like he's advocating for his brothers or something, like to just live. Oh, at this point. Okay, I got you. Yeah, it's crazy. This is a good point, too. There won't be wealth to pass if she spends it. Yeah, but I'm gonna say like this: people who are great with money, it would almost kill them to spend their money because you can't take it with you. But it's almost like an addiction. People who bank and hold that money, they can't never spend it. So it's like a double-edged sword. Adanika, hey, how you doing? Shane says at this point, Dee, don't watch the show. Just stopping in the video. I appreciate you, Dee, coming through. What Cammy S says, because we in the comments, we got to stop the whole review rant because it's all about the comments. Cammy said, that's because Cecil was lazy himself. He stayed home till he got married, right? That is correct. That's what Simone said. Simone said Cecil stayed home as long as he could until they moved together or whatever. And that's what it was. Like after college and all that, yeah, I guess that's a great point. That's how Cecil, he wanted that for himself. He wants that for his boys. And now that they have more money than ever, it's like, yeah, we need to take care of our boys. Cecil is, I can't say he's retired because I think he got laid off from his tech job some years ago. And now he's a real estate agent, but they don't really never show him working. He always be down entertaining at the bar. Because they living good. So I guess he contributed and bought one house. That's why they have 2 different houses or whatever. But at this point, they're deciding to buy an investment property, allow the boys to live in it. And Simone's thinking like maybe they can pay some rent. And Ceph's like, no, well, what if they don't? What if Miles doesn't make enough money? I mean, he don't even know how much money Miles is gonna make when he get a job because he don't even have a job. And it's like, I mean, like I get he wants his children to live, I don't know, the soft life or the generational wealth life, but he's not preparing them in any way. They're not gonna be ready for all these bills that come with adulting. It's gonna be a problem. What's Shane to say? Simone should have stayed in the other house for all this. Maybe she doesn't want to have to pay for Cecil alimony. You might be right. I kind of think Simone wants her family, but I could see how she's tired of him, them, all of that. Because it's like, it feels like it's all on her. Because they stressing me out. I don't even want to hear it. Just like, God, Cecil is like, yeah, a big kid. So, like I said, they had the conversation, but I still don't think Cecil don't get it. We'll see what Nick May said. Hey, JW, here to support. Unfortunately, I don't watch this one. Wishing you happy holidays. Happy holidays to you, Nick May. I appreciate the support. So, yeah, like I said, at this point, Cecil don't get it, and I don't think he ever will. Like I said, to me, I know effective communication doesn't come easy for everyone, but I'm thinking like you've been in counseling, y'all been married for 26 years. I'm thinking, we should see some improvement, but it looks like they ready to go down again because at one point in like 2 shows back, they were doing like a relationship book, but it brought up so many memories of their bad marriage. They couldn't continue. So I'm like, yeah, it's not feeling like love and happiness. Cammy asks, raising those boys to be some poor young lady's nightmare. Right. I mean, they're gonna need some women just like Simone who's gonna be able to take care of them, be a doctor, and while they figure it out in their career until they 45. I don't know. It's looking bad. So well, I'm gonna say like this. As much as I talk about Phaedra and everything, Bravo really got the assignment. They know how to, they're familiar with Phaedra, so they know how to use Phaedra's strengths to their advantage, because Phaedra's gonna do some type of over top event for anything. I don't care what it is, birthday party, bar mitzvah, whatever. Phaedra's gonna do it, and she didn't disappoint. What's Shane to say? Now I'm curious to see what. Now I'm curious to see what by Get wanted to put in that book. What was going to be put in the book. Simone said when they were newlyweds, she treated sex like a job. She sure did. She was like, I don't know. It felt like when she said it, like she was just on her job, on a mission or whatever. But it was funny. Yes, it seemed like they struggled from the beginning. But that's the thing. Like, so many different people have personalities. Like, it's a thing. Like, when you really find your person, you have to know your deal breakers or the things you have to have. But that's the same thing as a deal breaker. You have to know your deal breakers when you meet someone, because that could be a long and painful relationship. Hey, Apple Charles. Yeah, I did my best, Shayna. Because look, I can barely halfway see. I don't got my glasses. I left them in my other car. So yeah, it's a thing. But like I said, Bravo then brought Phaedra on, and now she's got to do these spectacular events. Like when she back in the day on Real Housewives of Atlanta, she threw her son Mr. President, some type of elaborate birthday party. She'll do the Coming to America theme. She's gonna go all the way out. She's gonna give you the Secret Service and everything. And like I said, with this, she's planning a resurrection party for Quad, because Quad is feeling isolated or iced out the group. And to me, Quad has something to do that. And like, speaking of Quad, I'm gonna say like this, just like I spoke on Dr. Jackie. For me, Quad, some people love her, some people hate her. To me, I think Quad time is up. I think it's really up, because just like Phaedra, Quad ain't married to medicine. It's a time to go. If that's the case, they could have kept Mariah. Mariah's married to medicine, and I just don't see it. And I don't think they stopped showing like stuff within Quad's life. But I get it. A part of me feels kind of bad for Quad, because think about it. With all the allegations which weren't denied, like, what we understand is that Quad divorce involved domestic violence in that, and you bring that same man back on the screen again. It's all about ratings. They don't really care about Quad, but yeah, she renegotiated her contract to get more money, and I get that part. But I think it's really inconsiderate, because let's say for some other people, they would absolutely not let someone who's allegedly involved in domestic violence of their ex-spouse back onto a show and share space with them. That just wouldn't happen, in most circumstances. Felicia H. But yeah, to me, Quad's time is up. It's done. Like, what are we doing? We just gonna follow her single life where she doesn't even bring like the men that she's dealing with up? I think that's a robbery. Like, they let reality people get away with too much, because it's like, you sign on the dotted line, we need to see your life, or some of it. They just let them just skate through. So yeah, I don't know. Lady Z in the house, I appreciate you. So Toya is also doing a little gathering. She got a little gathering in her house at for Sweet Tea, because Sweet Tea just got back from a honeymoon in Dubai. And bam, let's talk about Toya for a second. Let me express myself. I love having my own platform. I don't know if I missed it. For those who know Shayna, anybody, we go back in history. Did we skim over that Toya sold her house? I know she had like supposedly sold it for a profit, so she say, and then move into a rental house and then have another house built. Because I don't care I do care, but it's highly unlikely that Prophet could cover all those customizations that Toya did to her forever home that she had that took forever to build. All that custom furniture, chandeliers, pool, everything, and you sell it for a profit. Like something about that, it just don't make no sense to me. But I kind of get it because it's like from the beginning, Toya has been leading Dr. Eugene into financial ruin. But either way, Dr. Eugene works very hard and somehow he makes that money. He got to do triple shifts and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I just don't get it. It's like again, Toya look like it took 2 years to build a house. Now she sold it and then moving into back into a rental giant mansion. It's just I don't know. Let's see. Jamoria said the show is not about what the name says. Exactly, exactly. You don't have to be married to medicine. You could whatever. If they want you on it, you can be on it. What Shane is saying. Toya needs to be a real estate agent along with Cease as much she's moved. Yeah, exactly. I mean, she will move like a drop of a diamond, like it ain't nothing. Moving is very expensive. And at the same time, when you invest in property and all the things you put into it, it feels like they're losing money. That's how I feel. Hey, Alima, good to see you. Okay, what Forever Brookie say? I think Andy will keep Quad at least one more season. The other ladies aren't bringing that much. Simone, Jackie, he likes Quad too much. The fact that Quad signing this season made big news. It did because Quad like really took her power back. Meaning like, I get it. She's like, you want me to appear on this screen with my ex-husband and we went through all this terrible marriage. Then I learned it was like sexless marriage for like 5 years and stuff like that. I ain't know all of that with domestic violence. And oh my God, yeah, she needs a pay raise if she's going to stay. You know, my alarm went off. Okay, what Shane is saying. If Sheree is still on RHOA, you know Quad isn't leaving. If that ain't the truth, listen, Sheree, they keep hiring Sheree and firing Sheree. I mean, Real Housewives Atlanta is just desperate at this point. They could wipe the whole cast clean for me. And that's probably one of the first shows I really got into. It ain't even, I'm not even interested anymore. What Felicia H say? Moving is tough, especially when you have kids. Yeah, because you got to think about your kids relocating to schools, all that stuff is just a lot going on. It's expensive. It's time consuming. Yeah, it's too much. Like Shayna said, Toya should be a real estate agent. How much she moving? Like she should be getting paid every time they sell a house. But at the same time, half the time they be living in rental houses. I don't know. But like I said, Toya is throwing a little IV party. Like those energy B12 things they run in your veins to get you energized and all that stuff, because Sweet T's been kind of ran down because she's like jet lag coming back from her honeymoon in Dubai. And I know this is Married to Medicine, but I'm certain that some of the women, they get tired of getting medically diagnosed, like while you're talking to friends. They're like, oh, you didn't have your cycle? Tell me what happened. Oh, and how was it? And the spotting was here and this and that. I mean, Sweet T's new to the thing, but she was like, oh, like I gotta explain why I didn't consummate my marriage after the honeymoon and what happened and all that. It's just it's a lot. I felt Sweet Tea when she made that face. What Jacqueline say? Now Toy's new storyline is wine. Yeah, I guess she's drinking so much she's partnered with I forgot that Kindle wine or whatever. Like, yeah, she's finally got a business. And I mean, at this point, she should, because like I didn't realize that Married to Medicine's been on for 10 years. Like, yes, in this time, you need to build something, have something running, have something going. Not that everybody is a entrepreneur, but yeah, you don't get this exposure and keep getting these checks for nothing. I don't think they're Real Housewives of Atlanta checks, but there is something. Let's see what Shayna say. I really don't think Sweet Tea is built for this one. I'm not sure she is either, but for some reason I like Sweet T's presence, like she's here and she adds something a little different. But no, yeah, Sweet T ain't got enough. She ain't got enough checks yet to kind of get into the groove. She's new to it, and plus she feels attacked. What Alpha Charm say? If you are liked by producers, you will stay. Real Housewives of Miami has many married couples. Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. It's all about what the producers feel like they can work with you, they can do with you. So, absolutely right. If they want you to stay and they feel like they can work your storyline or create a nice one for you, absolutely they're gonna keep you. So, so like I said, they diagnosing Sweet Tea about why she didn't consummate her marriage on her trip or did it late or whatever. And and they discussed like that resurrection party that Phaedra's throwing. And everybody's like, yeah, I got me one, because they did the little thing where they come into the door and all of that. And it's, Phaedra, Phaedra's just there for the stunts. She's gonna go all out, and if y'all like it, I don't know. Like I said, I can't stand Phaedra, but just the fact that all this extra stuff, because we're not seeing none of Phaedra's real life for real, other than seeing like one of her kids' soccer games. We don't need to see that. But yeah, Phaedra gave everybody a special invite, like Men in Black, and she gave them on church flyers, and they're doing a resurrection. She has risen. What's Shane to say? Well, they are Hayes and Sweet Tea. I'm glad she's trying to go toe to toe with heaven. Oh yeah, Sweet Tea trying to take it to the streets. She ain't doing it like the Real Housewives. And like I said, through Toya's party, they find out that Sweet Tea did not get an invite. And at the same time, how bad Toya was so mad that Quad got invited. Toya turned around and invited Sweet Tea, even though the program didn't say it was all about Quad, but obviously Sweet Tea didn't get invited for a reason. I'm feeling like all those things are like production stunts to kind of bring up the drama or whatever. It's like, oh, you didn't get invited. Oh, well, we're gonna do something about that. What Apple Charm say? Sweet Tea is interesting and refreshing. I just wish she was embraced a little more. I agree, Apple Charm. Like I said, she's quite not, the Married to Medicine type. She is like a little country bumpkin, but I do like her. I do like her young energy. She's not like a typecast person who just goes along and who's trying to fit in. She's like herself, and she just happens to be a twin or whatever. So yeah, they they do the resurrection party, and as I said, Phaedra's going all the way out. She got them cars and they riding together, and we find out that the resurrection party is in a funeral home. It's way over the top where they got church organs playing. Phaedra's coming down like the bride slash pastor Frankenstein. She's in a black dress with a bouquet or whatever, and everybody was requested to wear black. And then the kicker was they rolled a white casket out there, and Quad was inside of it. And I was like Phaedra, she be going hard, and I mean going hard. When I say going hard, Quad was actually inside the casket. Now, like I said, even for a show, I don't even think I could lay in a casket that was open. Like, it's like almost me sitting in a wheelchair when I'm not supposed to sit in it. I'm never going to lay in a casket until it's my time to lay in a casket. That's all I can tell you. I can't do that. What Marriott say? I like Sweet Tea. I think she would tug their wigs as the season going. Yeah, like it's getting serious, because like really the resurrection and all that, what Phaedra saying, it's the Phoenix rising, and we all Phoenix and all that stuff. She's trying to big up Quad to make her seem like she's such a victim, or she needs to overcome something. What Jacqueline say? The casket was too much. It's not enough money to be paid. I'm with you, Jacqueline. I'm telling you, I'm not laying in nobody's casket. Even if both doors was open, I'm not getting no casket. Never, ever, 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 until it's my time to get in the casket. So yeah, Quad wants to hop out the casket and pretty much beg or just request from everybody, let's just like bury everything. Let's just, and I don't think Quad's efforts are genuine. Why I say that, I don't think she's genuine in the sense of like she really wants to get along. I don't think she wants to be iced out because like for you to be in episodes, you gotta be filmed with different people. And I think that's what she's seeing as a problem because she was like maybe not she was near maybe not getting picked up again. I heard some rumors like she might have got demoted to a friend or something like that. So I get it, but I think it's all for professional. And it's like, well, let's just wipe everything clean. She go down the list with everybody. Heavenly, do I got a problem? Heavenly, oh, I ain't got no problem with nobody. And Jackie, I ain't got no problem with nobody, and none of that. But the fact is, like, when you really have a problem with somebody, a proper conversation needs to be had. Like the same way when Quad brought it to Simone was more like, well, let me ask you one thing. Do you see us as equal? Like, I thought that was a dumb question, but I understood why she said it because, like, when Quad got her little TV show, she thought she was up here, she was above all of them. But realizing that Quad ain't really their friends, it's a co-worker. She's just doing that and just wanting to be filmed or whatever. Let's see what Robin say. They was doing the absolute most. Yes, it was way too much. What Jacqueline said, the resurrection gimmick did not land like Quad thought that it would. It absolutely did. I don't know if Phaedra thought it or Quad, but yes, it was a fail. But the problem is, well, like I brought up earlier, Quad is not a person who's going to take accountability. So it's going to be a problem. Like I said, when you really have issues with people, you really have to sit down and talk and communicate and get with each other and, find out what's going on and get to the root of the problem so it won't keep happening again. Because I think that's the same thing with Heavenly. So instead of like everybody just like forgiving Quad, like, because when Simone said, are we equals? Of course, Quad, oh, sure, we equals. We're going to be good friends. We're going to repair what we have. Like, I don't believe that. Quad want to be in the scenes. And what would Quad say? No, I don't see you as equals. You all are beneath me, even though you're all doctors and I'm just a personality. She would never say that. But so that kind of room of clearing the air just started to spread around or whatever. And they had to straighten out whether Sweet Tea and Dr. Heavenly issue, which Sweet Tea told Heavenly so much like, yeah, you dissing me at my bachelorette party in front of my peoples, talking about, the marriage ain't gonna work, we shouldn't be getting married and all that. And Heavenly, she's another one. I would say when you say she takes accountability, she's just gonna say, yeah, I did it, and then can we move on and do it again? But at the same time, it's like Heavenly got an attitude, and she's very dismissive of Sweet Tea, and Heavenly kind of halfway apologized, then stood back on it like, well, yeah, I still stand on what I said. I ain't mean to hurt you or make you feel bad, but and they like, why would you come to her wedding and all that stuff if you don't support the marriage and all that? And then it just got like way out of hand where even Sweet Tea brought up that Heavenly had a situation with Dr. Damon and that she hit Dr. Damon with a frying pan or whatever. And Heavenly didn't deny it. She didn't deny it. She was just like, well, I should whoop it's like your mama should and all that. And then it got out of hand. The thing is, like, Sweet Tea is about that life. Like, she's ready to fight. She's not like handling like how reality people do. Like, she wants to physically fight. She's got like pent up anger or whatever. And it's the thing. I don't think Heavenly want that smoke in real life. She don't want a piece of young Sweet Tea. But that's the thing. I don't know. Y'all, look, I'm mostly talking to primary. I'm talking to women right now. I don't know. For men, it's different. Like, let's say like an older man usually can take a younger man. Like a young man would think like, oh, I can beat this old man up. Like, there's such thing as like older man strength. I don't know. Is it like that with the ladies? Not that you ladies be fighting. Let me know in the comments if you don't. Let me see what Apple Charm. I never knew you watched Married to Medicine. I remember you watched and reviewed Real Housewives of Potomac seasons ago. Yeah, Apple Charm. I watched pretty much everything that's decent or whatever. It's just that sometimes I don't get to review it. And you about to say, well, see you later. Watching BH. I guess that's Beverly Hills. I appreciate you coming through. Tyra's World. Heavenly just had a lot of mouth, trout mouth. Yeah, she do. She got that trout mouth. Okay, so Heavenly ain't really about that life. She don't want it. Yes, the resurrection ID was weird. I don't know if it was Phaedra or Quads, but yes, it failed. Just like Jacqueline said, it failed flat. And yeah, it just didn't happen. So I'm thinking Quad thinks that everything is all good within the group, and now she can film and they can, I don't know, fake talk over the phone. I don't get it, but let me see. Forever Brookie. Heavenly admitted she hit Dame with a pan when they were younger than Carlos. Oh, did she forever Brookie, did she say why she hit him? Because I just can't imagine they would get into something that she would hit Dr. Damon. I don't know the inner workings of their marriage, but damn, a frying pan. They treat Sweet Tea that way because of her age. Is giving hater. Absolutely, they absolutely have a jealousy situation. Like when Heavenly threw out, like, oh, you got daddy issues. You married a man 5 times your age. Like 5 times your age is Dr. G 100 years old, 150 years old. Yeah, it got way out of hand. So pretty much that was it for the episode. And like I said, I just wanted to definitely get this thing rolling, because now I'm gonna really be like doing the lives. Like I said, you're gonna see me working on Make a Move, Married at First Sight. I'm even gonna do Raising Canaan for those who are into the Power series and all that, because we got to get this thing flowing. I've been dormant long enough, and I appreciate everybody coming to check this live out. And yeah, we're gonna shoot for tomorrow. I'm thinking I'm gonna do Make a Move, the Ready to Love spinoff. What's Shane to say? Um Shayna said, Sweet Tea needs to stand firm and tell him she's grown. Heavenly is the one calling for her husband, Daddy, the nerve, and Buddy. Yeah, yeah. Sweet Tea trying to get along, but Heavenly testing her gangster. Forever Brookie. She didn't want to get into it, but said that he came home later than he should. He was with his frat brother. He was cooking eggs, let the pan cool, and went upside his head. Oh, wow. Okay, Heavenly don't play. Measy. You missed me doing Raise the Can. Yeah, I didn't ran out of outfits. I didn't sold most of my stuff and all, but I'm gonna still do my best because I really, really, really resonate with Raising Canaan. Towers World said, yeah, she calls her husband Daddy. Yeah, she called him Daddy. He called her Buddy. What Shane to say? Next week's episode of Make a Move looks good. I'm actually liking Make a Move. I mean, I know at this point watching, the premise is pretty not gonna happen because ain't nobody moving to no whole new state city for no stranger that they just trying or they like or something. It's very unrealistic. She tried to brush it off quickly because Carlos was shocked. Yeah, I'm shocked. I can't believe, like, what could Damon do? So he stayed out late and she didn't like that. I bet she ain't stay out late no more. Hey, Michelle Bird, I'm going to sign this thing off, but I appreciate you stopping through. Check out that recap. So yeah, like I said, we're going to get absolutely more consistent with these live. Like I said, we're going live tomorrow. We got to keep this thing rolling because, like I said, I've been out the game for a minute. And like I said, even especially for the people who don't watch the show, who check this live out, I really appreciate y'all. I appreciate all y'all just coming through. And, drop down in the comments if you didn't get to get into the chat for anybody in the replay. And like I tell you, as I tell y'all could be anywhere in this YouTube world, but you're here with me. I really appreciate it, and I really mean it. Yeah, I think we're going to do Ready to Make a Move tomorrow. Peace.